Hello, welcome to the Daily English News program in Azərbaycan Televiziya with the most important events of the day. I'm Gülər Hətamovam. According to the press service of President of Azerbaijan, on 4 October, President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, made a phone call to President of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev. President Volodymyr Zelensky expressed his appreciation for Azerbaijan's considerable humanitarian aid to Ukraine, particularly the assistance in the energy sector during winter. During the phone conversation, the importance of maintaining the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the two states was reiterated, and regional security, current threats, and possible forms of cooperation were discussed. Azerbaijan refused to attend the pentalateral meeting scheduled for October 5th in Granada, Spain. The reason for this refusal was disclosed. Azerbaijan offered the attendance of Turkey in this meeting, but this opportunity was denied, and France and Germany in particular were envious of this. In the pentalateral format offered to Azerbaijan, Armenia, Azerbaijan, France, Germany, European Union and anti-Azerbaijani atmosphere was created. Against the backdrop of pro-Armenian statements of the French officials, the visit of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of France to Armenia, and military cooperation, statements about the supply of weapons and ammunition, accusations by the President of the Council of European Union, Charles Michel, against Azerbaijan. The official Baku does not think it is necessary to engage in negotiations in such a format, and therefore it refused to attend the meeting. The official Baku does not think it is necessary to discuss the regional problems with the countries so remote from it, and considers that these issues could be discussed and resolved in the regional framework. And the format in which France participates is not acceptable for Azerbaijan. It should be noted that the pentalateral meeting was supposed to be held on October 5th in Granada, Spain, on the sidelines of the Summit of European Political Community. October 4, 2020 was the 8th day of the pathetic war. The news from the front that day brought us great joy. Our brave army liberated the city of Jabrail and several villages from the occupying forces. 3 years ago, on October 4th, we rejoiced at the next victories of our courageous defenders of the motherland. But this joy was overshadowed by enemy rocket attacks on Azerbaijani cities and villages.
Worries, excitement, news of another brilliant victory, and there are the enemy's war crimes. We went through all of these 3 years ago during the 44 days of the Patriotic War. The 8th day of the war, thanks to the heroism of our valiant army, was marked by the liberation from occupation of the city of Cəbrayıl and the surrounding villages: Karxulu, Şükürbəyli, Çərəkən, Daşkəsən, Xorovlu, Mahmudlu, Cəfərabad, Yuxarı Maralyan, and Decəl. Our armed forces have defeated the enemy on the battlefield. Three years ago, on this day, our army continued to report new crushing victories over the enemy, and the Supreme Commander-in-Chief continued to delight the people with significant news from the battlefields. On October 4, 2020, President Ilham Aliyev announced the liberation of the city of Cəbrayıl and several villages in the region on his social media account. During the fighting on October 4, in the direction of Cəbrayıl, a large number of military trophies were captured: weapons, ammunition, military and automotive equipment. The flag of Azerbaijan was hoisted at the post where the national hero Mübariz Ibrahimov, a lone fighter, destroyed a large number of enemies. The armed forces of Armenia, which could not compete with our army, chose the civilian population as a target. On October 4, 2020, the city of Ganja was hit by missiles for the first time during the war. One civilian was killed, 32 people were injured, including 6 children. Horadiz, Beylagan, Barda village, villages of Ağcabədi region, Sarıcalı and Tayna, Ağdam village, Alıbəyli, Tərtər, Azad Qaraqoyunlu were shelled by heavy artillery.
Meanwhile, on 3rd October, the State Security Service of Azerbaijan detained and transported Aray Garatinyan, the previous self-proclaimed president of the Karabakh separatists, to Baku. Aray Garatinyan is responsible for war crimes committed against civilians in the city of Ganja during the 40-day patriotic war in 2020. He himself has stated that he gave the order to attack Ganja. In connection with the reintegration of Armenian residents of Karabakh, reintegration.gov.az portal was launched. However, obstacles within the territory of Armenia impede people's access to the portal. Several Armenian service providers have obstructed certain domain names utilized by Azerbaijan's government agencies to prevent the entrance of people from the territory of Armenia.
The State Migration Service of the Republic of Azerbaijan launched the reintegration.gov.az portal in order to ensure sustainable reintegration into Azerbaijani society of the Armenian residents of Karabakh region. Conditions have been created for the use of the portal by Armenian residents living in Karabakh region, as well as for those traveling to the territory of Armenia. Based on the results of observations conducted by the State Service for Special Communications and Information Security, it turned out that the launched new domain name was also blocked by providers operating in Armenia for a similar purpose. In order to ensure access to the portal for people from the territory of Armenia, the real IP address of the reintegration.gov.az domain was hidden by specialists of the State Service for Special Communications and Information Security and protected from blocking. Access to the website reintegration.gov.az has been restored for people from the territory of Armenia. In recent days, including from the first day of launching the portal reintegration.gov.az, DDoS and other cyber attacks have been actively observed on websites owned by government agencies. As a result of the preventive measures taken, reliable protection and uninterrupted operation of all information resources connected to the AzState.net network are ensured.
We strongly condemn and reject the unfounded allegations against Azerbaijan made by Catherine Colonna, Minister of Europe and Foreign Affairs, within the framework of her visit to Armenia. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Azerbaijan reported allegations of France claiming that voluntarily migrated Armenian residents from the region were forcibly displaced without any proof, contrary to the international organizations, are intended to mislead the international community. Weaponization of Armenia in every possible way and the inclination of this country for aggression and military adventure by France is unacceptable. Calling the legitimate steps taken by Azerbaijan in its sovereign territories as a crime by France, despite the statements of both international organizations and the Prime Minister of Armenia that the counter-terrorism measures carried out by Azerbaijan do not constitute any threat to peaceful Armenian residents, is not only fraud but also indicates that the insidious policy pursued by France has gone into the abyss, the MFA underscored. You can get in touch with us by contacting AzTV hotline number 051-511-1956, through which you can report events you encounter as well as share your suggestions and remarks. You can also contact us via our WhatsApp and Telegram accounts. That was all for today. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye.